Government leaders have abandoned the capital and are now hiding in exile. Information out of occupied Athens has been sporadic, but Soviet forces are indeed in control of the capital as well as much of the outlying territories in Greece. In the city, fighting among Allied and Soviet troops continues, but the Allied death toll is rising rapidly. Now it remains to be seen if Allied forces will be able to weather this onslaught intact. Reacting to this latest assault, Allied diplomats led the United Nations in a 281-7 vote that, in approving a unique military funding initiative aimed at increasing global Allied support. This proposal calls for the formation of a global defense agency to be temporarily established in an as yet unnamed European capital. Indeed, in control of the capital as well as much of the outlying.
Sounds bad, does it not? Well, it is. But Stalin has just written his obituary. At last, this will help us galvanize the rest of the world against him. Yes, we have lost Greece. But we are not out just yet. Stalin may think so. But if we can continue to counsel the talents of commanders like yourself, we will come through this war on top. My old friend... One of Tanya's men. She found something. But Russian security agents have captured her. They will almost certainly take her back to Moscow. We must get her back. She has vital information on the Iron Curtain project. That information could help tip the scales in our favor. Let him clear his head. In this state, he is of no use to us. The Soviets currently hold Tanya near Grodno. The prison is well guarded, but a supply truck from a nearby Soviet base runs to the facility several times a day. If your spies can infiltrate the war factory, they may be able to hitch a ride into the prison compound. Once you have found Tanya, get her out of there any way you can.
Oh. Ooh. Oh. Such a pretty face. Where is Professor Einstein? I was hoping you'd say that. I'm afraid the effects are quite permanent.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Right, it's time to rescue Tanya a second time here. This being Allied Mission 5B. We've done 5A already. We need to move our spy closer to the base without getting into range of any of these dogs here. I think the way in on this base is round on the right hand side if I remember correctly. Too many dogs at the front door at the moment. Let's pursue these guys without getting too close. Truly horrifying, that interrogation cutscene at the beginning there. It's certainly the most adult cutscene in any one of the Command & Conquer games that I can think of. I mean, there's all sorts of really sinister implications going on there. Right, let's get in. There's our objective. Oh, we got incoming dogs. Okay, managed to bypass them there. I think what you could do is a safer option is to run down to this edge here near the cave.
Building infiltrated.
One thing what's happening here? Oh, there's like a graphic has appeared because a spy has gone on there. I wonder what that tells me. Probably nothing in this mission. Anyway, Convoy trucks moving along. Yeah, one thing I meant to mention, that intro cutscene before the one where Tanya's getting interrogated, our first suggestion that GDI is going to come about as a result of this conflict. So they were talking about the formation of dogs coming to investigate. They're sensing something's up here. These guys move to investigate, and the convoy truck speeds on its way up towards the prison island up here. Yeah, they were talking about forming a global defense force, what would ultimately go on to be the Global Defense Initiative. Anyway, let's free Tanya a second time here. In you go, Spy.
Building infiltrated.
So very pretty, but oh so stubborn.
That Spy had the drop on him there, and he completely messed up. He's only himself to blame there for his own death.
Tanya, freed.
Okay, let's go. Now, unlike the last mission, we can't do quite as much damage as we could this time round, so we'll just do what we can and then move on. I'm noticing that the timer was a lot shorter, and also the timer's gone even after just getting Tanya out of the prison this time, as opposed to in 5A where you have that 30-minute timer to get her onto the helicopter. There is still gonna be a helicopter. Gonna deal with these guys coming in. Love this song here, by the way. It goes nuts in a second if I remember correctly. Let's get down here. If I'm quick, I can deal with them. Come on, shoot him in the back, shoot him in the back. Get him. Get him, get him. Missed him. Right, okay. I managed to get all but one there. That flame tank almost got me. Let's get into the helicopter here. We'll do one more, why not? There we go. Let's go. No chance to get into this base. These flame turrets, I mean, I guess you could run between them. Moving here, you're almost certainly going to get crushed. Even if you could get down there, the odds of you being able to get out are almost non-existent. Now, there are some civilian forces in this map that are soon going to come into...
Reinforcements have arrived. Allied reinforcements have arrived from the south.
Okay, 3 transports coming up. I think we're going to get more or less the same forces. Oh no, we've got some light tanks this time instead of the mediums we had before. More engineers, though. That is not exactly what I would have wanted, though, if I'm honest. Whatever, we'll make it work, Rush. What is the way in? Probably around here. Let's squish these guys, and then let's engage him and get moving around here. Oh, hang on, I don't like this. I'm going to lose all these infantry. There we go. Shoot this, come on. Bring him down. Okay. Let's move up. Oh my god, no! All units move down. Okay, no, that's fine. We're alright. That would have been really bad if I lost all those engineers there. I would have been completely unable to finish the level off. Oh, V2 launcher. Deal. Come on, bring him down. Right, I'm actually going to leave those turrets standing for just a second. Subpen to the north there, absolutely no reason to capture that. I don't think there's any submarines in the map, so we should be fine. Right, in you go.
New construction.
Immediately start capturing this. Go. Do some damage here.
Of course. Engineering. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
New construction options.
Bring him down. Let's go over here.
Yes, affirmative.
Okay. Keep going. Go. This. Factory.
New
Yes, sir.
construction
Acknowledged.
options.
Okay, right. We have a good solid base here.
Yes, sir.
Guys, let's go for this next. Probably don't want to go and attack it with a ranger or these guys. Oh no, they've got decent range. Oh, I'm going to lose a light tank here for sure.
Ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Yes,
No,
sir.
no, I need you.
Reporting.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Okay, flying tanks,
Yes, sir.
flying turrets
Affirmative.
aren't as strong a defense as I remember them being. There's a church down here, but I'm not going to destroy it. It's on our side. Let's send some units down to deal with these dogs here. I think there was actually some civilians here at the start. Look at the size of these dogs. These hellhounds here are as big as the church. I mean, if this is a
Construction complete.
2-3-story building.
Affirmative.
Oh god, these dogs, they've just accepted death. They didn't even try and escape the treads.
Affirmative.
Let's go with these.
Construction options.
Keep going here.
Building.
Let's go.
Unit ready.
Get a force up.
Building.
Vehicle.
Now this is,
Position
I would say, the
funds.
easiest of the 5A's mission, Allied mission 5s. There's only a small base here. I mean, look how small this little base here would have been compared to the twice as large base in 5A. Granted, we destroyed one half of it with Tanya, but they're being just as passive by the looks of things. So I think I can look for a bottleneck somewhere. No, that's not going to work. Maybe down here.
Acknowledged.
We'll at least do a little bit of scouting.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Let's have all our units scouting here. Engage these guys where they're outside of town. Well, a little bit of a bottleneck here, but thankfully
Affirmative.
river fords are a little bit wider in red alert, so we can get 2 units across rather than have 2 units, or have to queue single file. Where are the rest of my... Oh, there they are. Why didn't I go that route? Let's go. Move in on him first. Gonna lose my rocket soldier for sure. Oh, okay, no, I lost the ranger instead.
Acknowledged.
Deal with him.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Goodbye.
Affirmative.
Right.
Acknowledged.
Dog round here. We're already at the front door to their base. Oh, they got a V2 launcher. I've noticed in... How did this ranger get up on the cliff top there? I've noticed in
Acknowledged.
Command & Conquer Remastered, when things fire from shrouds, they no longer reveal their location. Or not reliably anyway. I've seen it happen sometimes, but it's irregular.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
What am I doing here? Am I out of cash? Yeah, I am, completely. How? What's happened here? It's because I've... Oh,
Yes, sir.
hang on.
Acknowledged.
It's because I've
Affirmative.
repaired more
Affirmative.
things, really.
Agreed. Yes, sir.
No.
Affirmative.
Save our rocket soldier. What do I want to do here? Starve my
Very
cash,
well.
of course.
Affirmative.
So let's get up to this ore field.
Affirmative.
It's the first step in any good offensive strategy is make sure that they are dirt poor. One thing that can happen this level that didn't happen in 5A is they'll parachute forces down onto this ore field.
Yes, sir.
How have I completely run out of cash here? What?
On hold.
Give me a second.
Cancel.
Yes, sir.
What is going on?
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
How am I this poor? I don't get it at all.
Construction complete.
I must have started with a lot less money because I had like 10 grand in the last level.
Building.
Let's get another one of these things.
Vehicle acknowledged.
Right, this ought to get some attention our way. Yeah, nothing.
Acknowledged.
They
Affirmative.
don't like us doing this.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Have I got enough forces here? I've got 3 heavies, 2 mediums, and a light. Not really enough, is it?
Acknowledged.
Deal with them first.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Okay, whatever. Abandon the dogs. They are now low priority.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Damn it. Hang on.
Affirmative.
Q key.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Let's keep moving here.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Right. Squish.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
He's not getting away.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
Damn it. Okay, hang on. I can't pursue at the moment. I'm getting too close to their base, and we're gonna have
Building.
definitely some more ore trucks coming this way, which means a hell of a lot more forces than a single grenadier. No, if he's stopped, just leave him. Here comes that second ore truck. I need more forces over here, quick. I really don't understand how my cash has come in so slow. I must have had less money to start
Unit
with.
ready.
6 grand is just
Building.
my limit from the 3 refineries. Yeah,
Yes,
this
sir.
is not going to go well in a second because so many of my tanks are close to death. I got mostly infantry. If it's just these guys, I can squish them. I should be fine, but we're not in a strong position.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Let's get these guys out of here.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
You move down
Yes, sir.
here
Affirmative.
and go.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Deal with them.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative.
I've ended up shooting my own guys there a few
Yes,
times.
Sir.
Whatever.
Affirmative. Yes,
Okay, now we're going.
Acknowledged.
Now we're cooking. That's what I'm trying to say. These guys have no defense. Let's just charge in here. We are more than strong enough. They got no Tesla coils.
Unit ready.
That's another thing that makes this
Waiting
mission easier than 5A.
Acknowledged.
I mean, at least in the last level we had to
Vehicle
be
reporting.
semi-intelligent in how we approach the base because of those Tesla coils. But
Affirmative.
this time, we can just charge straight in.
No, affirmative.
And with only a single harvester, it's very easy to disrupt their economy.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. No.
Look how strong these guys are.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Right, bring down the plane turret next.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Him next.
Acknowledged.
Squish him maybe. Yeah, that worked.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Shoot your way through him.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Our base
Nah,
is
nah.
under attack.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Acknowledged.
Stop.
Acknowledged.
Preparing. Training. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
No, get over.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Get over here.
Training. Unit
Reporting.
ready.
Of course. Affirmative. At once. Of course. Yes, sir.
Preparing.
Remember what I said about paratroopers?
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Pull back. Everyone pull
Affirmative.
back here. Just make sure they're not going to get another harvester. Okay, we'll leave these guys on defense. A little bit of a close call there. I mean, it only would have been a barracks that we weren't even using anyway,
sir.
but don't want to have any
Affirmative.
structures
Affirmative.
lost in the end credits.
Unit ready.
Two
Building.
churches down there.
Affirmative.
Surely one of them had money. I'm sure you could go hostile on them, but we are the allies. This is
Acknowledged.
Greece. We don't want to upset
Affirmative.
Stavros anymore.
Acknowledged.
He's kind of
Affirmative.
on the edge of sanity at the moment with his home country completely
Acknowledged.
under Soviet rule.
Affirmative.
And a brutal rule it is as well. They're destroying all those historic
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Greek artifacts.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Is the Parthenon an artifact?
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Whatever you want to call it.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Let's go up here.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Oh no, hang on, second tank.
Acknowledged.
Unit
There goes that
lost.
medium.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Another medium over there.
Acknowledged.
Let's bring him down.
Acknowledged.
They're not as
Acknowledged.
keen to sell things as they were in Tiberian Dawn. Oh, hang on.
Acknowledged.
No, let's just finish this off. He's just fired and missed anyway.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, as they were in Tiberian Dawn. So
Affirmative.
oftentimes they got
Acknowledged.
less
Unit
money when
ready.
you start going for the
Affirmative.
events.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Oh, hang on.
Acknowledged.
This is the main threat.
Acknowledged.
Deal with him.
Acknowledged.
Come on, get down there.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Deal with him before he fires again.
Acknowledged.
Right.
Acknowledged.
This looks clear in the bottom right corner here. That's weird.
Affirmative.
Unit
Probably
ready.
some forces massed here at the start. Get Phil.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Oh, look,
Acknowledged.
Sultan. Just after I was talking about them not doing it anymore.
Affirmative.
They got no cash still. Hang on.
Acknowledged.
Change target. Let's make sure they don't build another
Acknowledged.
harvester here.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Finish him off.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction yard next.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Okay.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Suddenly we have all this cash. Let's go bring this down.
Acknowledged.
Wow.
Acknowledged.
Whoa, okay.
Acknowledged.
Squish.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
They saw those turrets up there as well.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative.
Last guy.
Affirmative.
Phil to end.
Mission
And
accomplished.
there we go. Mission accomplished. I love how Phil has just become like a symbol of this entire Let's Play. Casualties more or less the same. Surprisingly, 40 buildings were destroyed. Given that a lot were sold, that must mean that that base was either a lot bigger than I remember it being, or that the selling things is included in the buildings lost at the end of the game, which I don't think is accurate. Anyway, yeah, 5B has not proven much of a challenge whatsoever, so I'm going to move on to 5C now. I seem to remember this one being more challenging. I certainly had a little bit more trouble with it last year, but I think that's just because I kept messing up the intro, if I remember. I don't think 5C has that same technology in the Tesla coils and the Mammoth tanks that 5A had, so I think it should still be on the easier side. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back soon, and I hope you join me then.